All right, excited today. I'm getting to ride the Santa Cruz Vala. Now, for some of you long sufferers of the channel, you may think, do I have a beef with Santa Cruz? And I don't. I think they make really, really good bikes. See, the thing is, about 20 years ago, I bought myself a Specialized Enduro, a really expensive bike, and about the same time, I started riding with a group called Dad's Army, who all had Santa Cruzes. They were in like a little special club, and they used to make fun of my bike, which I didn't like. So at that time, I had two options really. I could either go and buy a Santa Cruz and join their little club and everything would be fine. I did the second option, was to vow never to own one and buy an even more expensive Specialized Enduro, and the banter went on for 20 years. However, the good news is that you know this video is going to be 100% unbiased. Now, I don't have this bike for long. I've borrowed it off a friend, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take it out and I'm absolutely going to shred the wheels off this thing.
What are you doing, Lance?
I'm reviewing your bike. We agreed on that.
Yeah, but you're not riding it.
Well, how can I can't make a video and not ride it.
That's not my problem, you're not riding it.
How about you help me with the video?
That sounds like the idea.
All right, so we're going to change the video. It's now going to be the Santa Cruz Vala 100% biased review. All right, Zach, firstly, thanks for agreeing to do the video with me, even if I can't ride it. Firstly, the Vala, what motor it comes with?
It's got the Gen 5 Bosch with the new upgrade. It's got the upgrade in there. 100
Newton meters?
Yeah, 100 Newton meters there.
And oh, very cool. And battery?
600 watt battery.
I think we might have to discuss that later.
Yes, yes.
And this bike's not all stock. What have you done to it?
No, it comes out as the S version, shall we say. Now I've changed a few things. So I've gone and put the cheap man's AXS on there. It's not the T-type, but that works. I've also put on my Santa Cruz Reserve.
They would be Santa Cruz Reserves, wouldn't they?
That's brilliant, yeah. No, recommend, fantastic. I've also, what else have I done? 1-up carbon bars. I've put a Bosch 300 kiosks on there. And
we may need to discuss that a little bit, because that's a little bit of an interesting change really for Bosch, so we might come back to that.
Yep, okay.
So what suspension, how much travel's this thing running?
So it's a 150 on the rear, 160 on the front. Now this shock is a performance shock, and the fork came out as a performance Fox as well. Very much upgrade. Is a simple upgrade is just to put the low speed compression knob on here.
Yeah.
That's $69, Lewis & Co. Also on the fork, I've gone and put a Grip 2 damper on the fork, which is brilliant. It's not the Grip X, but it's still good enough. I'm not saying there was anything wrong with what was on there, to be honest.
Mavens? Yeah.
Now it's got the Mavens. It's the bronze Mavens. They've been really good. They work really well, but they do come with issues.
Yeah.
You've got to manipulate pistons and do stuff like that. I bought a bleed kit, so I've had to bleed it a couple of times, but other than that, they work like a treat.
And what sort of head angle is on this thing? What sort of geo we got on this thing?
I think it's 63.9 in head angle. Effective seat tubes of 77 something, and what else we got? Chainstay is 440 millimeters long. It grows by 3 mil in size changes.
Yep.
It's relatively short, but it's good for, you know.
And this is a size medium, is it?
Yeah, medium, size medium.
What sort of reach have we got?
Reach is looking at 460, sorry,
okay.
Or 456 in the low or the high setting. So high will be 460, low is 456.
Do you want to go and take this thing out for a ride?
Yeah, let's do that, eh?
Let's do that,
let's
all
do
right.
That.
Well, you can ride it.
The old Vala's nice and playful on sort of stuff like this. Yeah. Oh, she's fast, this one. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So I've had the Vala for quite a while now. I've done 900 kilometers on it, and I've played around with quite a few things. I'm running in low position and high progression on the shock. I find it very playful. A bit of battery anxiety, of course, but I think I'd rather watch what mode I'm in and use a bit of leg power and have a little lighter bike, I guess. But it's nimble and fun. That's the main thing. She's a little sandy today, but she's good for the drops. There's one coming up actually. Let's see how we go. Yo! That's where the weight counts. Here we go, here's another one. Yo! There's a nice little double through the trees here, which, yeah, and that. Let's see if we hit this sucker. Just missed the tree, but hey, we got there. Put the wrong gear there. The Bosch puts out power lovely, really does. Against the Gen 4, I've noticed, especially going up a steep hill, it grips rather than slips. It really does. The only gripe I have is cut out speed at 32 kilometers. Well, it's not 32, it's backing off at 30. Realistically, it can be quite dangerous trying to get speed for a lip of a jump, etc. I've spoken to Bosch New Zealand. I don't know where they'll go, but their competitors, anything with a DJI is at 45 cut-off in New Zealand, and any new Specialized is 45. So my challenge to them is to Bosch New Zealand, please 45 cut out. Right, as you see folks, I'm in Tour Plus now, and I tend to ride in Tour Plus to save a bit of battery juice, but you've still got plenty of grunt, right? I guess where we're riding at the moment, Woodhill, and we ride Riverhead and obviously go to Rotorua, but Riverhead and Woodhill are undulating, so it's not a place you ride up a hill and down. You're sort of riding all over the place, so you're using motor all the time effectively. So maybe if you ride up and ride down where you don't use any battery riding down, you might find you can get a little bit more than me. I get about 30 to 35 kilometers on any given ride. Like I say, I've done 900 kilometers in distance total, and on that I get from about 550 meters to 650 vert, which is not great, but it's okay. As we say, if I chuck it in there, let's do that now, put it in that mental mode. Here we go. That's 100 newton meters, 750 watts. It takes off. There's no two ways of it. Well, I don't want to run that. I'm puffing a little bit. I think also the fact that I'm watching what mode I'm riding in gives you a little bit more exercise on the bike, because this whole power thing, I mean, we don't need any more power, to be honest. It's good, especially good up a technical bit of hill. When I've had this thing in Rotorua, it's really good, especially for roots in these tyres. The Magic Mary, got an Albert on the back now, certainly grips roots. This is a gradual climb, and like I say, most noticeable thing was how quiet it is. Makes a bit of motor noise, but who cares? It's the rattling, lack of, it's so good. Oh, I tell you what, we get into that steep bit soon. Time for mental mode. Okay, 1, 2, there we go. Full horses. Unbelievable. Fantastic. So yeah, the Vala didn't get to test before I bought, but I love it. 4-bar, a horse link, love it. 150mm travel, feels more. I wouldn't change it really. Bullet would be an interesting ride. I'd like to give it a crack one day. And what have you got to say about the colour? That British Racing green. That's freaking awesome. Anyway, we're at the top of the hill. Okay, we're doing a trail called Kamikaze. She's got some roots and stuff down here, a little bit of tech. Should be good. Let's see how we go. Coming into it now. Yeah. Oh, it's lovely through that. Lovely. G out. Yeah. It's fantastic. A bit more drops up there. Oh, she's a fun bike. Whew. Let's get over that. That. Oh, sketchy. As I say, the Vala loves this sort of tight stuff. With that shorter, let's concentrate through here. Through the slop and through then down the drop. Hey. Up the bank. Oh, this is a good wee playful bike. Here we go. Rightio folks, we're up top of side of Fries on the Vala. I always touch a tree up here for good luck because you sort of need it. This is a tricky trail actually. You've got a couple of close jumps and timing's quite important. There's been a few mishaps on this line, so yeah, let's see how we go. Right, we're coming into Fries. First burn's the most important, they say. That bit of air there. Yeah, boy. Woo! I did. You! Rightio. And my speed limit is out. Not really fast enough.
Alright, well we finished our ride. Today hasn't exactly gone to plan. I won't say I forgot the tripod, but it certainly wasn't in the car when we arrived. One of the batteries was dead, the other one went dead really fast, so couldn't use the other camera. So now we're down to a GoPro and a stick. Zach has been amazing. He's gone along with all this, but anyway, we better give some thoughts on the bike. Let's do a few pros and cons. Con is to me, how do you get on with a 600 watt battery?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I'm getting 30 to 35 kilometers out of it. 35 would be a full battery gone. It's a non-removable battery. You can't put an 800 in there. I'm getting about 5 to 650 meters vertical on that. I'm about 87 k's, do you think?
I'll take your word for it,
Yeah, about 87 kitted out. And that's not riding in the new ETMB Plus or Turbo at 100 Newton meters and 750 watts.
You can get a power more for this thing and add on a bit of extra battery.
Yep, 250 power more. I don't have one, but yeah, power more would add a little bit more weight, and it's up where you don't sort of want it. That's why it's such a good bike as it is. It's playful, as you can see in the videos.
One other thing I was noticing, I'm always interrupting as usual,
yeah,
but this doesn't come with a screen, this bike. You've actually added your own screen.
Yes.
So some of the newer bikes, well, I think they're going to be coming out with a, you can add that in later, can't you?
The newer bike's going to be called a 90 with a 90 drivetrain, still cable shift, but it will have basically the screen in here rather than the Christmas tree. Who doesn't like a screen? You need to know. You need to know what
you do like a screen, and there's not many people who would wire in their own screen. But
no, so I had to run the cable up through the old mechanical cable. I've got access on there to here, but I had to put a hole in a little bit of plastic junk that's there. So yeah, that's all good.
Now you may have mentioned it in the video, but why this over the Bullet?
Well, yeah, the Bullet wasn't actually out, but I did know it was coming out, and I think for where I ride, and you can't fly with an e-bike, so at the end of the day we rode Rotorua, Riverhead and Woodhill. This suits us fine.
Yeah.
It's got enough travel, 150, it doesn't feel like 150, it feels like more, and it's playful, it's poppy, and it goes around corners with. I don't know what the Bullet will ride like, I'd like to ride it, but I'd say it's more of it'd be perfect for a Whistler bike park, that or out of the park bike where you've got steeps and gnarly.
So what do you think's the real pro for this bike? What do you really like about this bike?
I think just the frame geo's probably for me.
Yeah.
And the adjustability, the progression on the shop. 29% will allow you to chuck a coil on, which I probably will do. Yeah,
we didn't do a lot of jumping today, but you like your jumping.
Yeah.
And how does this compare with sort of maybe your previous one?
The rail jumped really well actually, but this jump's fantastic. You can pop it and whatever, it's great, and no complaints. The only complaint I would probably have, which is actually we're on this trail here called Aviator, is a jump there you need to pedal as you're coming into it, and you're out of the pedaling zone at 32 kilometres. You try to pedal against resistance, and what do? You case it.
All right.
Anyway.
But that's our excuses anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks very much everyone for watching. This video has not gone to plan. Probably the audio is terrible, the lighting's terrible. We do apologise, but it's all my fault. Thanks for Zach for joining me. And if you want Zach to be in more videos, I've wanted him to be in lots of videos, but I must admit, twisting his arm has been really hard. So if you want, write in the comments if you want to see Zach in more videos, and we'll see you on the next one.